Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Vital to the future of you. What mysteries will we unfold tonight, ladies and gentlemen? How will we gaze into the strange ionosphere that is the fabric of reality? Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Many, many, many strange things will be discussed tonight. Well, at least I like to hope so. Or we could just talk about a load of old bollocks. My guess, if I was a betting man, I'm really not, right? I'm really not. Jews are bad gamblers, right? Unless they, addicted gamblers. Jews because that's what we're bad tippers too. We like to hold on to our money. It's true. It's great. I don't know. It's basically true. It's like I don't know. Jews hate tipping. It really is true. But then I tip more because I don't want people to go, oh, look at that Jew. I actually do that. Although a good tip, being a good tipper is a very good thing, right? You always get looked after. There used to be this restaurant when I was in rabbinical seminary. It's called Yeshiva. In Jerusalem, there's this great steakhouse called Norman's, right? And I think this is something I learned from my dad, right, to tip. So when we were there, I think I knew the waiter vaguely. He was like, in that same age circle. Well, we schmooze, whatever. And I leave a 20% tip, right? And I always go to leave a 20% tip, which is, 15% is American, 10% I think is Israeli or European. 20% is Paka, right? 20% is good. Now, why is that helpful? I'll tell you how, right? And I consistently, it's okay. And if you add up how much more money you're going to spend doing that in your life, you're going to come up with per year, you spend an extra $500 a year, to be a mensch, right? That's basically what it costs, right? I think of it that way, right? But yeah, one time we got there packed, super packed, and he said, no worries, just leave it with me. He brings a mother table, right? And it was gorgeous snipes. So put it outside and sets up a table for us with the chick. That's really impressive, right? That's really, it is, okay? And why? Again, why is it impressive? Because, if you treat people like you're a what's the word? What's the word I would use? I'm not a mensch, but if you treat people well, you get treated well. Generally speaking, but mostly people are cunts. There is that too. I don't know. Don't expect too much. Dan, have you heard that? No, anything about it? Man, oh my God. Agony, right? Agony. Go watch the video, right? Because you can see, oh God, agony. I can't even bloody tell you. Oh, I went upstairs and this Opticlean. Do you have Opticlean in England? Let me see. Opticlean. How do you pronounce it? That could be it. So yes, an Israeli thing. Opticlean equivalent, maybe. Equivalent. Oh, paracetamol. Okay, the Opticlean paracetamol, right? So I took two huge paracetamols, and I went and laid down. I literally whimpered. I was like a bitch, right? Oh God, man, I was not good. It still hurts, right? It still hurts, but not like that. And after about half hour, it kicked in, and I felt better. I was like, oh God, oh, so much better. Oh, so much better. Still hurts though. Man, so yeah, that went so thank you for asking about that. What was I thinking about? Right, I was just thinking about something. What was it? Something about okay. One of my favorite jobs I ever had. And I can't remember. This was not what I was thinking about, but I remember. Fine. Okay, I remember exactly what it was. Fine. One of the best jobs I ever had. Right, I remember that was the way in. I thought I found this story. One best I was a witness in a Jewish divorce court, which is very strange, right? Because you've got to know something on Jewish law to be that, and you've got to be able to sign your name with like a scribe, and in Hebrew in the right way, in a timely manner, right? And you got paid $20. This was back in the 2000s. $20 a divorce. It was called a get, right? But also, you weren't just a witness to it. You also you at one point you join up with it. You had basically it was a 4-man crew, right? You had 2 witnesses, the scribe and the rabbi in charge, right? Rabbi Lehrfeld of blessed memory. I wish somebody had just stuck around him with a camera, right? Because he was hilarious without knowing it. When I say hilarious without knowing it, he was kind of like, but not like this. The Ricky Gervais's character in The Office, right? What's his name again? I can't remember. So he seems like he's a parody, right? Because he does stuff so freaking wild, like this weird, and unashamedly. It's very strange. One time somebody's baby was being converted, and I had to be a witness to that as well. And he said, just wait there, and he pops off, he's just wearing his trunks. And what's going on? I said, I have to go into the ritual bath with the baby now. I'm like, what the going on? Level. And he'll just do like crazy stuff like that. And yeah, so the thing about Rabbi Lehrfeld is he I was very I was the very letter of the law, right? That's what I understood. He was not, right? Like for example, I was very disturbed, and like looking back now, I understand, right? And I didn't understand then because I was a stupid kid. But this is the important thing if you can get your head around it. Like at one time, there's a time during the year where one normally doesn't listen to music, right? And we have to drive about 40-minute drive to do these Jewish divorces, these gets twice a week, right? And he would always put music on. I was like, I don't understand. I just didn't understand. And he was very lenient a lot, but he was very learned as well, and that's why he was lenient. I finally worked it out. I was just thinking about it today. There's a thing called a guna in Jewish law, right? Where the way the marriage system works like this. It's too complicated, right? The way the divorce works essentially is like this: that the husband has to give a divorce, right? A woman asks for a divorce, the husband has to give a divorce. If the husband refuses to give a divorce, the rabbis force the husband to give a divorce in some way or another, up until including beating the shit out of him, right? Which is that seems like a perfectly valid situation, the way that it would work, right? You just beat the shit out of him. The threat of it will do the trick, right? Or there's many other things you can do. You could free somebody's assets. This to make it so his credit cards don't work anywhere. He can't be online. That sort of thing. You can really there's a lot you could do. Which I'm fully behind, right? Fully, totally behind. I think it's totally cool. But the trouble is the rabbis don't do that. The rabbis. So we got this. So when a woman wants a divorce and her husband won't give it to her, she's called an aguna. Because in Jewish law, a man can go off and marry somebody else, no problem, right? It's frowned upon, but no, basically no problem. The problem comes with kids. Let's say the husband has kids with the second wife. Kids are still legitimate, normal kids. If the wife has kids with somebody who she's not married to, those kids are now considered mamzerim, which are roughly translated bastards, but they can only marry other mamzerim, right? So, one second, I just got to WhatsApp somebody that someone's calling me. Sorry, on a live stream. Doink. Hopefully gets that message and stops calling me. What was I going to say? Yeah, so you have these things called agunas, right? And it's so disgraceful. It makes me crazy, right? where essentially you have these women who can't remarry, right? Can't move on with their lives, right? And it's normally for financial reasons, or just the husband feels like being a cunt, essentially. Well, there's way too too many of them. So I know one of these agunas, and like they've hooked up with another gentleman, and I'm like, honestly, I don't think she's like, let's say the anything is happening. It's not it's genuinely none of my business, right? Genuinely doing it, but I don't think anybody can say she's doing anything wrong, right? That she's living in a broken system, right? And so like. They don't kids. They don't kids. I mean, I think some cool baby. And again, not none of my business. Because I remember thinking once, as Rabbi Lehrfeld, there's a thing like you're not allowed to use electricity to on Sabbath, right? Like so when I was visiting my father when he was dying in England, like on Sabbath it was a nightmare to wait till somebody else was going in through the doors so I can go in with them, right? So I wouldn't activate the doors. So I was just. So I forgot about this, but Rabbi Lehrfeld, he told me the whole thing. He said, so, I was in the situation, like, what did you do? He said, no, I just went through the doors and went home. I said, what? He said, yeah, I would have got a taxi as well, but I just fancied walking. I said, how come you're not allowed to get a taxi on Sabbath? He said, well, you're supposed to stand there like a lemon. And you know what? Yeah, I kind of appreciate that, application of Jewish law. I think that is a much smarter way of. I think that's more what God wants, frankly speaking. I mean, listen, you could like convince yourselves to do something right. Speaking of which, terrible business with the school shooting, right? Really, genuinely terrible business. And this is where the Civil War starts. Okay, this is clearly where the Civil War starts. There's going to be copycats. Right, because the T people feel the C people. There you go. You can do it that way. Want to kill them, right? And so they want to kill the C people, and they do kill the C people, which is basically what went down, right? But the C people don't really want to kill anyone. The T people, maybe as an expression of being a bit T-ish, Maybe I don't want to like say anything about anyone, right? It just seems to me that used to be back and archaic. Like sometimes you look back in old science and you see some wisdom. And in archaic science, they used to say when somebody, maybe a 12-year-old, wants his dick cut off, he might be bonkers. Yeah, they used to say that. Not anymore. Now we live in more enlightened times. What's that, Jimmy? Cock and balls, 1 month? Oh, yes. Really? You're only 12? Yeah, I'm not going to need these ever. Like, really? Do you want to hang out a little bit before? No, really? Yeah, I'm just worried about that. I'm damn worried about it. But yeah, look. Okay, so genuinely, the T people think that the C people and everybody else kill them, right? That's what the T people think. And so they're starting to kill the C people again, which was like, if you don't know, there was a big church school shooting. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. It was a trans man, I believe is the right thing to say. Biological female, you're allowed to say that now? I don't know. That's what the news is reporting. It's confusing. If I was just on Rumble, it wouldn't be confusing at all. I could just tell you, right? Oh, I want to work out how to get one of those crowds of dump Rumble buttons, the dump YouTube buttons, right? Right? It's so much easier, right? But yeah, and there's going to be copycats of this because they see they're going to come after us now. We better kill them first. And this person was killing children. Saying, just like you're trying to kill our children by not letting them cut their cock and balls off or to perform surgery on themselves where they will never, ever experience an orgasm, right? Really? Yeah, that's going to go right out the window. No orgasms for you, ever. Like, maybe you want to hang out a little bit, right? I don't know. Come once. See if you like it. That's what I would say, right? come in whatever gender is your preference. Whenever at least once, right? And then maybe you'll like that, and you won't want to cut it off. Look. It's radical, what I'm saying. I understand. But this is where the Civil War starts, because it's not like the sea people aren't heavily armed, right? So, like, this is where it kicks off, right? So I don't know. I spent the last 2 years like this, looking and saying, what is it? Is this it? This could be it. Yeah, I know. Listen, I hope it isn't, obviously. Oh, lovely tea. Fine. So we got that going on. Where are we up to? Hang on. Let's get some eye candy, and then we will get to the chat. I think that's a good idea. There's a lot to get to, right? There's I had a whole lot lined up to get to last night. I just did not get to it at all. But like I'm kind of loosey goosey right now. Fine. That's where we're starting. I forgot about that, by the way. What a awesome thumbnail, right? Yeah, I like that I kept with the orange motif for shooting, right? I think I'm serving the character well there, and I think, look, Millie as a fembot, freaking awesome. I think that just works, right? And I don't think she would mind. I think she'll be quite happy being a fembot. And I'll be happy with her being a fembot too, because Millie's a very pretty young lady. I don't know if you've seen. She's a very, very pretty young lady. See, this is what gives me a lot of hope about this era of Doctor Who, right? I mean, there's a lot of the John Nathan Turner in Russ T. Davies. They're like, men like tits. People will tune in for a hot girl. People will tune in for a hot guy, and he knows it. Right, and he's unashamed about it. Right, I think his radio silence on Doomsday has been very telling. Right, very, very, very telling. You snooze, you lose, baby. Dr. Alex said that in a comment on my other channel. By the way, if you're not on Rumble, get on Rumble. If you're on Rumble, can you hit the like button, share button, subscribe button? Please subscribe on Rumble. Right, that would be fantastic. Double dosing. Right, that'd be fantastic. If you could hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. Somebody actually asked me a question yesterday on Rumble. I'm going back to it now, see if there is. Was it this gentleman, IW Dallas? He asked me a question if I like gay people. I think, what I thought about gay people. I genuinely think they're gay. They're people, right? I don't have much thoughts beyond that. Right? It's I try and take everybody individually, right? I mean, listen, gay people, generally speaking, like dicks in their asses a lot more than people who aren't gay, right? And if you're not gay and you like a dick up your ass, you might be gay, right? Really? Yeah. That's what that means. Anyway, listen. I like to be helpful to the chat. That's me for you. Anyway, fine. Let me look. I'm not over at Rumble right now. I'll flick over backwards. Once I catch up with the chat, I think Darren M is on Rumble. If you could alert me on YouTube, I think if there's a chat I need to get to, right? That'll be awesome. But I'm nowhere near the chat right now. But we are going to talk about Avatar. Yes, we are going to talk about. Let's do the chat first, then Avatar, maybe, because I am 20 minutes in. I'm going to give my first 20-minute review. It might be quite lengthy. Anyway, but this is the flimsiest of things I'm pinning this thumbnail on, but it's totally worth it, right? I think it's just, again, that I did the orange coat. It makes me feel like I'm staying very much in character. Listen, Doomsday notwithstanding, I'm very optimistic about the new era, right? I genuinely am very, very optimistic about the new era. I think it's look, honestly, my guess is this, right? They were going to do Doomsday. Russ didn't have any actual control over it. He just gave notes, said, I wouldn't do that. That will be suicide. And they're like, no, we're going to do it anyway. And he's keeping stum. He did his professional duty. He said what it is. And that's it. He didn't really give any praise to anything. Now, I will say, in Susan's defense, she does have a fantastic pair of boobs, which she does show quite liberally, and a very good figure, which she clearly works very hard on, right? When you get to her face, though, you get to the pure evil. Not evil. It's more like sad, angry. I don't know. Whatever, darling. It's very Trump obsessed, right? Like she's a hot chick at the party you don't want to talk to, essentially, right? She's a crazy hot chick. Yeah. Oh God, don't go home with the crazy hot chick. Okay, that's all. It's a trap. Okay, that's what they say this about Joseph, right? They say they call Joseph's the righteous. Joseph Hasidic. Why didn't he get that name? Right? Because at one point, Potiphar's wife was throwing herself out and saying, "Oh, take me and all my gorgeous milfiness. Yes, young Joseph, you may have every pleasure with me." Now I've embellished this in my head, but let's start saying along those ideas, all right? Something along those ideas. Now, who would be playing Potiphar's wife in this thing? I don't know. I have to maybe a late 1990s Demi Moore. Like 1 or 2 kids in Demi Moore. Okay, that's who I'm thinking. A little bit milfy. And he was going to do the deed, right, with Potiphar's wife, because he saw in the vision how a great union would a great sage would come from a union twixt Joseph and Potiphar's house, right? Potiphar's wife. So he was going to, but then he saw a vision of his father and said, "No, I must not sin before the Lord," right? And he said no, and because of that, he got thrown into jail for 2 years, right? Where for attempted rape, which didn't happen. Anyway, long story. Same thing here. I can't even remember what the analogy was. I got too far into the Potiphar's wife. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to it. I thought I'm just going to keep going until I hit the punchline, and then I'll be like, then you decide. What was it? 1960s, Tzvi Gatwa costume. I don't know. Could be anything, mate. I will listen to the playback and I will let you know when I find out what it was. That sounded like it'd be an awesome setup. Anyway, Avatar. We are going to talk about the first 20 minutes there. Fuck me. That's my first review. And then we're going to do the season 14 Heads to the Dynasty. It's very tenuous, right? It's not tenuous, but it's like, it's a non-story. Like, they're all non-stories right now, right? One thing, it was something about Doomsday. Rusty Davis in Doomsday. I don't know. Just keep visualizing Millie, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, but that works. If that's not where I was going, that actually works. Just as Joseph gained the title of Joseph the Righteous, Joseph Hasidic, for visualizing his father so he could get to the truth. And he can cleave to the good Lord. So, too, you should visualize Millie. You should visualize Millie Gibson in all her gorgeousness. So you may get to or if you're a young lady or a young man of a homosexual persuasion, I would say then go to Ncuti and his perfectly sculpted abs. I mean, listen, there's a lot in the spank bank for this pair, I may say, right? I think both of them may indeed be very handy with a giant tub of Vaseline and a packet of tissues. Anyway, and a quiet 20 minutes. A quiet 20 minutes. That's just fantasy, mate. That turns me on more than anything else. Oh, yeah. Where are we up to? Fine, we'll do it to the chat. Fine. Jordan Lee is here. why doesn't Hollywood know how to make a star anymore? Because they've let us into their lives with Twitter, and they turn out to be twats. I mean, look at Seth Rogen. I mean, like, didn't you used to love Seth Rogen? Don't you think Seth Rogen's a massive twat? I mean, I don't know. Did you ever want Seth Rogen to fail before? No. You want him to fail now? Always, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. You know, that's essentially why. I mean, look, you do get occasional celeb who acts like a celeb, like Henry Cavill, right? I don't know what he's like in real life, but I know he acts like a celebrity. It's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise should be the king of Hollywood, right? See you at the movies. I mean, I love that campaign he's doing. I'm not going to movies. I mean, I wait till he has something out. So, I mean, I'll go see Mission Impossible. Wait, when is that coming out? Let's have a quick look. Let's see our movie releases 2023, because there's freaking nothing coming out. I mean, I was really disheartened when I saw that The Flash is in June. I mean, really? Okay, I'm getting Luther as one of the options. I just seen that on Netflix. It's not a movie. Yeah, 1 second. Let's have a quick look. We'll share the screen, baby. Share a screen, baby. You know you want to. Oh, it's so shared. Oh, it's so shared. Fine. Junkie, no. I mean, like, none of these things. We have a no. Chicken nugget, no. Okay, none of these things are. What is this shit? I don't know. Die Hard. What's that? Kevin Hart doing a Die Hard spin-off. Okay, that's quite funny, but I'm not going to go to the movie to see that. Nothing. I'm saying nothing right now. Really? Where's Mission Impossible's this year, isn't it? Or is it next year? No. Oh, so it's the Mission Impossible release date. Mission Dead Reckoning. It can't be that long. Hey, when's that coming out? 2023. I knew it was 2023. July. Okay, fine. See, that's what I'm looking forward to. That's like, well, okay, so top 2023 movie releases. Okay, now stop pissing around. And we got the same shit again. What the fuck is this? Look, Ross, let's look at this article. Okay, February. Actually, that's supposed to be quite good. Not The Cabin. Mike's Man, no. And Ant-Man was, shit. Creed 3, not for me. 65, Luther. Seen it, liked it. Shazam, no. John Wick. Now, I haven't seen John Wick 2 or 3, I think, and everybody loves them. Everybody loves what's his name? Keanu Reeves. He's awesome. Dungeons and Dragons, not going to movies for that. Tetris looks kind of fun. What's this one? Well, directed by directed by Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck returns to the director's tale. This based on true events. Sports drama about Nike's quest to land Michael Jordan as a signature star for his fledgling baseball. Okay, it's vaguely interesting. Marion, not really. Whatever. I'm not going to cinema to it. Bo is dead. Who? What? I know. I had no idea. Evil Dead Rise. No. Guy Ritchie's the when's this? What's this? April 21. Aside from forays into the franchise fair, the big budget temples, Guy Ritchie is known for his trademark talkie crying cables. Well, the last one was shit, okay, even though I liked all the bits of it. But his latest showcase is a different side of the writer-director. Jake Gyllenhaal stars as a serious action thriller about special ops veteran who returns to Afghanistan to fight a interpreter who previously rescued him and carried him safely. See, that's something I would watch on Netflix. right? Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Yes, I am going to cinema that. That's one movie in, right? Fast X, no. Little Mermaid, fuck off. Spider Cross Unit, no. I think that comes off streaming. Transformers, no. Rise of the Beast. None of these things. Elemental Extraction. What is that? I never even heard of it. Not long after the pandemic took hold in 2020, Netflix releases an ambitious adrenaline-fueled action flick starring Chris Hemsworth called Extraction. I'll have to watch the first one, right? All three have returned for the sequel. I'll check it out. Flash. Okay, that I am going to cinema to see. Asteroid City. Wes Anderson. What's that? Wes Anderson has gathered a ridiculously star-studded ensemble cast for his latest film, a period comedy set in 1955 about students and parents at a junior Stargazer convention. In other words, this might be the most Wes Anderson of all time. Jason Schwartzman, Scarlett Johansson, Tilda Swinton, Tom Hanks, Jeffrey Wright, Bryan Cranston, Ed Norton, Adrian Brody, Liev Schreiber, Margot Robbie, and Steve Carell. That means it'll be good, and it'll tank. Indiana Jones, yes, of course I'm going to see that. Okay, so there's quite a few movies I'm going to see. I'm quite impressed now. Barbie, no, sorry, darling. Oppenheimer, kind of yes, actually. Man, okay, this is a lot of movies I'm planning on seeing this year. Wow, okay. It's okay. Let's go back. Do a quick count. I wish I got John Wick. Everybody loves it, right? Everybody freaking loves John Wick. Covenant, I have to see the trailer. Maybe. I say Guardians of the Galaxy. What's 1, 2, Flash, 3, Indie. Maybe okay. 3 movies. I got overexcited. I'm part. Okay, 4. Mission Impossible. Dan. I love fucking Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise is awesome. 4. Maybe Oppenheimer. 5. Okay, let's say 5. Meg 2, Trench. No. TMB. No. Gran Turismo. No. What's it? How is this? A video game movie? Oh, who cares? Equalizer 3. I haven't seen 1 or 2. The Nun 2. I haven't seen the first one. Kraven the Hunter. That's actually see. The trouble is that's interesting, but all the other Spidey spin-offs have been very bad. So I don't know. Apart from Venom, which I quite like. Doom Part 2, that's a big yes. The Marvels, fuck off. Hunger Games, Battle of the Song, not really. Yeah, this is the prequel, right? Based on the story for primarily was a young Cornelius Snow, originally played by Donald Sutherland, and his involvement in the Hunger Games as a game-changing mentor years before whatever. They should do the real prequel. Wonka, the Timothy Chalamet steps in the off-boat as a Willy Wonka prequel. Who's directing that? That's just weird. How's that being made? Color Purple remake? Really, leave me alone. Rebel Moon, yes, I am watching that, but that's on Netflix. Aquaman, fuck off. All right, so about 8 movies that get me for this year. It's not bad. I tell you, it's not bad. Fine. Oh, many moons ago, we were doing the chat. There we go. Share screen. Dun, 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 dun. Captain Scarlet. Dun, 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 dun. Fine. So it still hurts, but not as bad as yesterday. I mean, that was freaking insane. Millions of fembot. Yes, that was. Yeah, baby. It does, doesn't it? And Russell, you want to use this idea? That's fine, baby. That's fine. Just, I'll take a date with Billy. Yeah. Well, or somebody else from your stage school. What was that? Filthy Rich and Cat Flap, right? Where he had Nigel Planner played this like dodgy underworld Fagin Oscar Arthur Daly type character, who's Rick Mail's Failing Stars agent, right? And Rick Mail was his bodyguard. So one day you had Rick Mail and said, how about your string of brothels, Eddie, or whatever his name was? It brothels? No, stage school, Eddie, stage school. All the girls are very willing. So I said, oh no, how was it? All the girls are very willing, and I get a grant from the a quick start scheme. The Aunt Lady looks after small businessmen. Anyway, yes, no, I'm not okay, I'm not intimating selling ideas to Russell D. Davis, so I may have sexual congress in a John Hooker pimp-like situation with no, it's like my daughter was looking for a pillowcase, right? And actually, I ended up finding a pillowcase, amazingly. Well, I was looking for a pillowcase, and I told her I took it. I said I stole it. She said, "Why?" So I said, so I could swap it for crack." And so, we then went on a lengthy discussion about the exchange rate for the cost of pillowcases to crack. It turns out you don't get much crack from pillowcase, right? So that's what I found out, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm on the second chat, right? It takes me 10 minutes to get to that. Jonathan Cox is here. How you doing, Jonathan Cox? Matthew Burrows here. Good morning, sir. Hollywood is evil. The good actors are leaving. They don't live there anymore. Don't blame them. What side do you think Tom Hanks is on? Do you think he's like just lives there, or do you think he's a pedo like all the rest of them? Obviously, I'm not intimating, anything untoward about, any of our betters in Hollywood, other than, they like to strip children in secret. But, I don't know that. I don't know. I just listen to the evidence. Was it Corey Feldman describing in detail? Where are we up to? So Matthew Burrows is here. Fine, I'll do the chat. That's what I do. Mr. Jacqueline Hyde is here. Lonnie is here on Collins. Good morrow, sir. Thank you for joining us. And Jonathan Cox said hello to you, but I'll say hello again. I don't mind. 1 second. Somebody said Garbage is here. There you go. Hello, Garbage. Thank you for joining us. Watched a lot of Rabbi's videos over the past few days. Very great entertainment. Well, I'm glad I hope you feel entertained. And not in the way that, Russell Crowe said in the Gladiator after he hacks a bunch of people and said, are you not entertained? I'll be on crack going, yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I like how you killed everybody savagely in that scene. I felt entertained. Jesse in a Disney video advertised movie about 13 women getting murdered in the 60s. Seriously? Yeah. Disney. Okay, weirdest story is this. That Victoria Alonso says, who was the head honcho, deputy vice president, or something like that at Marvel Studios, who did the MCU, said her lawsuit about being terminated says that she was silenced over her opposition to the Florida anti-groomer legislation, right? Which she probably called the "Don't Say Gay" bill, right? So let me get this straight. She's saying that Disney, she's saying that Disney was anti her pro-grooming status. I don't think so. I think Disney really quite prefers grooming too. They just realized they're about to get their ass handed to them in Florida, which did happen, right? So, yeah. Really, are you trying to say that Disney is the bastion of moral standards to stand against grooming? Or no, really? I don't think so. Where are we up to? Could be worse, Rabbi. You could be like me. When you have a toothful, let's say they got a bit on their butt. Oh, okay. I don't want to know. They take out your eye. That's bad news. Can you get some great Israeli free jazz? I like my free jazz. And my hardcore punk rabbi. Ask your son about useless ID. Okay. What's useless ID? I don't know. I'll ask him, I guess. That slightly sucks. I don't know what that was, but okay. I was early on. The Gunum, the Gittin. I think Mumzera, right? Mumza means a child born while the wife is married to somebody else, right? And they can only marry other mumsas for like 3 generations or something crazy. Asian babes, you want happy finish? Yes, I do. I think you're probably right. She lives in New York, owns, manages her hair salon, no matter what her thousands or I have no idea what we're talking about. Who's your Cylon? Okay, I want to know what the chat's talking about. This was like half an hour ago. Identify as Colin Farrell, and all women must find me hot. I think that's right. But I identify as Colin Farrell too, and all women must find me hot. I want to be a 2004 Colin Farrell. Okay, with a little bit of stubble. Head over to Rumble, create an account, and sub to the Rabbi. Yes, submit to the Rabbi or subscribe. But I like sub. I like just sub. Philip Bogart, a Labour MP, kind of defined what can't define. I think I said kind of defined what a woman is on LBC. Really? They said it's the Sea Devils. I've just got on my ripping. I'm on disc 2 of the Sea Devils so far, right? I wrote JNT to RTT. There, I said it. You're entitled to say it, sir. You're entitled to say it. Listen, I have to tell you, there's a lot of good JNT, right? There was that weirdo argument from Bleeding Cool that Thasmin saved the 13th Doctor era, right? Well, basically, he saw a video which just focused on her and Yaz and 13, right? And cut out all the bits that didn't make sense, the story, right? The plot, the character, and they just got to focus on that. Then, it was actually quite good, right? And actually gave some pathos to her regeneration when she was about to change. And not really, because it felt very false to me, but I guess you people pretend so hard you like it, you convince yourself you like it. Right, I think that's how it works because you guys are weirdos. I think that's how it works. Right, I think they convince themselves they like it because they want to like it so badly. Fine, what are we up to? But yeah, I like it a lot, JNT. Poor Sue's just kidding. What a train! She is such a train wreck. Look, great body, fantastic boobs. I'm not denying that. Right, absolutely. Wouldn't touch it with a barge pole, darling. I mean, really. Like it look. I mean, that good tight body that comes from never having children, and she never will. That's where the anger comes from because she's childless and knows she's going to remain barren and childless forever, and not spread her demonic seed anywhere. But she got a good body out of that, right? That's a good deal. So you enjoy. Keir is in the World Economic Forum and ignored all the evidence that is on Jimmy Savile when it was on the bloody hell when it was in the CPS. That's not good. But they're all shits, okay? No side is winning. They're all shits, I think. I don't know any politician I don't think is a shit. I like Trump, right? I like Trump. I like Carrie Lake. They seem to say things that make sense and sound true. Nobody else does, right? I mean, I know, like Rishi Sunak, he could tell me the truth. He could tell me that I'm Jewish and I enjoy being Jewish, and I wouldn't believe him, right? He's so untrustworthy. I know he's got an ulterior motive for everything, and I don't trust. Is he like that at home? Like, hi, we're gonna do this. He's like a children's TV presenter. He's literally the worst ever. I mean, at least Bojo was kind of like incompetently funny as he was lying and raping you, right? I mean, but Rishi Sunak, fuck me, he's awful. I mean, he's just genuinely awful. She said a biological woman having surgery and hormones to be a woman. No, we're talking about the shooter. It was a biological woman trying to be A man? I mean, it's just weird, mate. Lonnie lives in Dallas, Texas. That is not good. I prefer Moffat to RTD, but I still love him. I love him still. Listen, I prefer basically anyone. I prefer Pip and Jane Baker becoming showrunner over Chibnall, right? I'm glad that's not the choice. All right, I'll definitely date with Leslie Davis. LW Dallas, says Lonnie. We up to all Russell's silence tells us that he knows Doomsday was a bigger failure than it was way worse than expected. Right? It was way worse than expected. Having Avatar 1 or 2, Avatar 1 is good in 3D. Right? I will okay, I'm not starting my review yet. It's not going to take long, but only 20 minutes in. I'm so glad I live in the UK, says Philip Bogart. Well, I'm glad I'm glad you're glad. You know, that's good. It's good to love where you live. Disaster areas here, sir. Part of me wants Disney to go bust. Oh, all of me wants Disney to go bust, right? Yeah, I want to see them scrounging on the floor, having to eat their own feces, right? I think that would only be a fair outcome for the pure evil that they are. And of course, I don't recommend, feces snacking. That's bad for you. The Doomsday trailer was as bad as I thought it would be. Again, Bob Iger has taken the money. I disagree with you. Bob Chapek promised them high millions and given table. It's not that simplistic at all. This, from what I understand, is a woke executives colluding at BBC Audio and BBC Brand Management came up with this initiative. They liked Sue's and they basically the idea was being written with the original designs being like a sinister figure that was chasing the Doctor. It's actually sounded quite exciting. And then these idiot producers wanted to insert Sue's into it. Now Sue's, I think, was like, yes, I get to dunk on Chuds and seem cool, and she didn't realize she was going to get her ass handed to her roundly over and over again. She just sounded like an idiot, right? She really is so silly. I mean, like, literally, she lost every interaction. That was like so funny. John Dorner's like, "Oh, she is smarter than you. You will lose." Nah, that's not what happened, mate. It's so funny when you read that in hindsight. No, so this was something I think Rusty Davis advised against. He's too busy making the show, right? I don't think he realized it was going to have this detrimental effect on the branding. And I think all it's going to take to reverse it is seeing Ncuti and Millie in action for like a second, right? Once you see real Doctor Who, you'll feel real Doctor Who, right? This has nothing to do with real Doctor Who. The Doomsday nonsense, right? Forget about it. It's like they fucked it up so much, and then like the proof that it didn't matter is then she then blew it up 100 times more on social media. It's like you came up with a bad trailer. She could have recovered from that, right? They really could have recovered from that. Like Sonic the Hedgehog recovered, right? The thing is, you just left to lean into it and say, we fucked up, right? And when you do that, you really put a reward. When you don't do that, when you're too bloody arrogant to do that, you fail, right? Over and over again, we've seen that. When you say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, can we try that again? People are receptive. Yeah, the big bug just came in. What is that? Anyway, I don't know. Malcolm Campbell is there. How you doing, Malcolm Campbell? Thank you for joining us. Last thing is like a round-trip program at this point. I deeply disagree. And we'll save it. We'll save it the same with Terry Metallo as being in charge of Picard, pulled out a death spiral. I think that's exactly what it is. Honestly, I think that's exactly what it is. I agree with you. It's kind of like that bit where they destroyed Star Wars completely, where they said Luke Skywalker looked over in The Last Jedi and said, "So do you think I was just going to come here with a laser sword and face down a galactic empire?" And we're like, yes, actually, cocksucker motherfucking cunt. Yes, we did. Right? That's exactly what we fucking expected. Right? So, yeah, I expect Rusty Davis to do that, right? When I see something from him that I know's from him, like this Doomsday's not from him, mate. He hasn't endorsed it in any way. If it was his, he'll be selling it hard, right? Like, whatever is involved in, he sells hard. He hasn't sold this at all. He doesn't like it. Rogan's seen him in the show looks meh. Yeah, listen, that's Mark Lewis. So here's the trouble saying that. Here's the trouble. You're not good enough. Most people aren't good enough to be this much of a pain in the ass, right? You just aren't. I'm sorry. It's like I'm sorry. You do substandard work, and we don't like you. Forget it. Fine, where are we up to? Let me zoom through the chat. Anybody new? Look, anybody talk to me? TARDIS Time is it? How you doing, TARDIS Time? Thank you for joining us. And don't know what a woman is. Yes, it's for. I mean, like, here's the thing. Is Stu still on a meltdown? Prob? I don't know. It's like, it's like when you open up a door, you close it. Like, I don't want to open it. I don't care. Good old Scotland. What's going in Scotland? I don't know. What's it I wouldn't trust when he when I wouldn't trust Keir Starmer either. They're both legally shit. Yeah, exactly. What's the difference? I really say vote for Nigel Farage. I really think vote for Nigel Farage. That's my advice. Scotland has been doomed for a long time. What's going on in Scotland? Scotland has gone super woke. Resurrect the black robot doctor. Number 4 worked on in the Sand Miners with a Shimmer. Then you have a perfect companion. I don't remember that at all. Is Kira what is a woman? Probably. I don't know. Labour hasn't been the People's Party for decades. No, it's for the rich elites, right? Where are we up to? I'd rather have that ambulance driver who wrote Time Lash over Tim. That's very true. Jeremy Corbyn was a terrible leader, but a good man. I have to disagree. I think Jeremy Corbyn was an anti-Semite, right? I think he had a uncontrollable bias and hatred towards Jews, right? That he really couldn't control. If he could have controlled it, he would have been prime minister, right? If he could have just pretended not to be an anti-Semite, he could have been prime minister. And the only way, it's really easy, right? Here's the bar he had to get over. He had to condemn Hamas violence, right? That's it. Couldn't do it. He had to talk to Jewish leaders, right? And like, he didn't talk to, Israel. He said, I have to talk to bad people to bring people together. You didn't talk to anybody in the Israeli side, even the Israeli Labour, right? The Israeli leftists. Right, he celebrates when Jews are murdered by, and I've seen it with my own eyes. Right, celebrates when Jews are murdered by terrorists, and he commiserates when terrorists are killed. Right, I'm sorry. By the way, I'm definitely not showing here. Check out the footage of the shooter, the school shooter being taken down by the police. That police department deserves heavy duty respect. They were scared, and they were pumped up, and they were pushing themselves in the line of fire, and they weren't hesitating, right? Not at all. Really impressive, like, for once, right? And I love the police chief giving his giving the notes. He's like it's kind of like the police chief from what's it called again? Illegal Alien. Is that Legal Alien? I can't remember. The one with what's his name, who does the mocap stuff. But yeah, he's like this. Like, I can't say his name in the Legal Alien because I'd. In the first episode, he introduced himself as Big Black. He's a large. I think black gentleman. I wasn't sure. And then what's his name? The star says, "Oh, because of your truck, he drives a big black truck." So the police chief was like that, but man, watching them run in and take this guy down as far like their response time was 14 minutes. Yeah, they I saw CNN saying, that's what they they couldn't they asked, could they do any better? I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, like, every man in that unit deserves a commendation, right? Deserves a medal. Well done. I mean, it's a tragedy. 6 children murdered. Oh, it really is. It was 6 children. I don't know. And this is just the start, mate. I reckon this is the start. I reckon we're going to get copycats. I'm not encouraging it, obviously. Where are we up to? It's not only money that's the problem. It's know how to spend it. I think Jeremy Corbyn could have done a lot more to stop anti-Semitism. The main thing he could have stopped to stop resident alien, that's the one, not illegal alien. The main thing he could have stopped to stop anti-Semitism was stop being anti-Semitic. Yeah, stop leading the anti-Semitism, right? It's so weird, where I think we can say it publicly. There's a search committee in my local synagogue for a new rabbi, which my last one left somewhat contentiously. And I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it in public, right? It's really because essentially everybody left with egg on their face apart from me. Right? As far as I can see, look, he seemed to be. It's fine. Look, it seemed to me that I think the last one became unwell, and I think I know when. But I think he became unwell. I don't think they're telling anybody what happened because nobody will talk about it. It's the weirdest thing. Like, genuinely, it's weird. It's like, are we not going to... It's like there's an elephant in the room and we're pretending it's not there. I'm like, I feel quite comfortable talking about it. Everybody else not so much. So I don't know. There's just been anti-Israel government and anti-Semitic. Yeah, but not in Jeremy Corbyn's case. Right? He was anti the Israeli government because they were Jewish, right? He was anti the Israeli labor because they were Jewish. He's a mouthpiece for. I know it's hard to accept. I understand it's hard to accept, but he's a mouthpiece for Hamas. That he is. I'm sorry. There's an organization that supports. No, there's not. It's a lie. You'll find out they're mostly not Jewish. Right, about 80% are not Jewish. All the people who said I'm Jewish, I'm sorry, mate. I was front row of this, right? I really know what I'm talking about. This is my first-hand experience, right? I know it's hard to accept. I understand it's hard to accept, right? I don't think he even realizes he's anti-Semitic, right? He just has this demonstrable bias against any group consisting of mostly Jews. Right? He's what we call anti-Semitic. He just is. But there's a definition of the word that's very apologetic and allows for criticism of the Israeli government, even though I feel that's illegitimate as well most of the time, right? And he's anti-Semitic by the legal definition, from his policy decisions, from his personal statements, from his Twitter account, from his inability to condemn anti-Semitism, to his inability to condemn Hamas, from his support of Hamas, from being a mouthpiece for the Hamas narrative, which are full of anti-Semitic lies. That makes him anti-Semitic. I hoped he would step up beyond it, right? Here's the thing about racists, right? That's why I don't think Trump's a racist. Because racists can't hide that they're racist. Jeremy Corbyn could not hide that he's racist, right? He just couldn't hide it. Because it's part of him. David Duke can't hide that he's racist, right? That's why I think Tommy, what's his name? Robinson, if that's his name, used to be racist and now isn't, because it's such an honest expression of who you are. You can't hide it, right? There's this a fallacy that people are able to hide their racism. Nobody has. I mean, maybe the Clintons, people like that, but I know nobody really has. It's just, and I don't want to offend anyone, right? It's just, there's a real weird connection between socialism and anti-Semitism. We had tried to apologize for Jeremy Corbyn in so many freaking ways, right? We really did. That's why it became enough is enough, because it was enough. I'm sorry, and it was so easy to avoid. All he had to do was condemn Hamas violence, right? That's all he had to do, and he could have got a pass, and he wouldn't do it. So I don't know. Wish him the best. What can I tell you? No, I don't. I don't wish him the best. I wish him the best in global terms, in that he comes to understand his deep-rooted hatred and how it's a bad thing, right? I think that will be good for him. Listen, if you want to come on and defend him, anyone, we can be friendly, right? I'm more than happy to have anybody on any time and talk about it. Genuinely. And I'm not dissing anyone. I wish he was good too. Honestly, when he showed up and he spoke like a human fucking being, it was a breath of fresh air. Right? I mean, like, even with the anti-Semitism, I might take him over Rushy Cindy. No, I wouldn't. The anti-Semitism is a big no-no for me. But what can I tell you? Anyway, what we got coming up on the channel? Mando just released this day. Armor Shimron, I had no idea. Jar Jar who? No, this is more like the return of the motherfucking Jedi. Yeah, it was awesome. Loved that episode. Just loved it. Weirdest article ever, given to you through insane pain-o-vision of a root canal wearing off. Right? It was painful. I'm telling you, that was not a fun time. What funny video, Doctor? Do you normally think about your companion? I forgot that's what she said. That's brilliant. Listen, on my best audience, I totally forgot that was this morning. If you thought I do now. Oh, that's one of my best. I love it. Oh, that's so good. Don't you know think about your companions? That's like, okay, you know what that's like? You put a tab of acid into somebody's tea bag, right? And put it back in the box, right? They're going to get a nice surprise. Don't do that! Don't do that if you don't want to be totally awesome. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No. That's bad. Well, this ties in nicely. The top 10 WTF moments. It just happened here. Excluding that last moment here. Yeah, this was based from the other stream. And it was actually quite a good article. I was somewhat amazed. Luther, I enjoyed that. Want to see more? Give me more Luther, baby. And Tom Hardy movie. The world needs to be made. Fine. Let's get to the headline article. Headline article is where are we up to? Doctor Who season 14 heads to the 1960s. All the latest news of what groovy adventures they have. There is no fucking news, right? Which makes me think something's coming. It does make me think something's coming. I don't know what, but it feels like a calm before a storm, right? It feels like something's coming. I don't know. Maybe Russell really wants to make this doomsday thing fail. Russell, you didn't need to work it, right? You didn't need to work it. I don't think you realize how bad it's going to be. And I think as soon as they show up, they're going to be happy. But there is no news, right? This is the only bit of news I have. Actually, I have another really cool bit of news, but I can't tell you about it, and it kills me, right? But this is a cool bit of news. Anyway, on April the 20th and the 24th, they will be location filming. But here, look, this is something interesting. They're looking for the look of a 1960s. No visible tattoos, no beards unless we can trim them down to form sideburns, no skin fades. I don't know what skin fade is, right? I agree with you, Philip Bogart. They should stick to broad touch property. Fine. So, and they're looking for the role of workman. Gender male. I mean, listen, biological male. I think that's a bit specific, really. Did you just assume? Ethnicity, any. I think that's fine. I don't know. Really, if you're going to be accurate, it should be all white, but it's fine. I that sort of stuff doesn't bother me at all, right? It totally doesn't bother me, and I know it's fine, right? For me, it's fine. But yeah. So that sounds like the early 60s to me, which means they're going to 1963. That would be very groovy. And that seems to be the sort of thing they're doing. So anyway, if you fancy being extra, head over to on Thursday, the 20th of April and the 24th. You might get to be in Doctor Who if you fit these specifications, and you could have the role workman, right? Workman. I don't know. Sounds exciting to me. Does indeed sound exciting to me. Avatar, right? Pull up a poster. This is a review of Avatar 2. But I saw it was just available on BitTorrent, which I thought meant it must be available on Disney Plus. Apparently, it's a little. It's like a month or so to go. Who gives a shit? Because it's not good. And a second, we get image. Doink. That's what the first 20 minutes are like. A lot of it, anyway. Yeah, share screen. Doink. So Avatar. A lot happens very quickly, and it's all very on the nose, right? It's very, very, very on the nose. My first impression, okay, I switch it on, right? And before even I get the you know, the 2070 Fox thing, I see 3 hours 17 minutes. I'm like, fuck me, fuck off. That was my first word. I literally said aloud while watching Avatar 2: The Way of Water, and it wouldn't be the first time I say it. Okay, so then you get this like really nice sweeping shots of Pandora, but not in 3D. It just looks like a really weird, expensive video game, right? It just it doesn't look that good, right? It's weird when you hit freeze frame. It looks completely real, right? But when you press play and they move, it looks not so. All right. So anyway, you get all these sweeping shots of Pandora, and you know, you see the Navi as like, oh, the bestest ever at one with nature. It's the hatred of Western civilization which birthed this movie is so apparent, so early on, so quickly, right? The absolute hatred of it. He shows Navi life. They have like these bees, they're song bees. They go, ah, they can do all these like cool Navi things. They go, la 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 la. They sing for each thing they do, and so you see them do all weird Navi things, right? Like I don't know, they talk to the singing tree or something stupid. I don't know, whatever it is, right? So you run through like 10, 15 years of their life. They have a kid, they have another kid, they have another kid. They're a happy, loving family, and Sigourney Weaver's Avatar mysteriously becomes pregnant. You mean somebody took it out of the tank and fucked her? Right? That's not mysteriously. Somebody took the lifeless avatar of Sigourney Weaver as a giant blue alien. And, oh God, they're expecting you to remember everything from the first movie off the top of your head. I don't remember fucking anything. It's been, what, 10, 15 years ago? Leave me alone. Like, I mean, really? I mean, you're acting like this is Empire Strikes Back coming after Star Wars, right? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, listen, I got PlayStation 3, and if Disney Plus has it in 3D, I'll try watching it with that, right? And I will kind of suffer for that, but I would do that. Anyway, so they have kids and whatever. It's like 10 minutes goes by, and it's like everything's so wonderful at one with nature, yay! And the humans that stayed behind with the Avatarian people, the Navi, they have kids. They all hang out together, and it's all groovy and lovely, baby. Everything's groovy and lovely. Oh, groovy and lovely in Pandora. And then one night, when they have like 15 kids or whatever, James Cameron as well passes Silver Day. Yeah, this movie says it, right? This movie absolutely says it. I'm 20 minutes in. I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't pay for this, right? That's what I would say. Wait till it's on streaming Disney Plus if you're vaguely interested. And they see a light in the sky, and that can mean one thing: the sky people are back. You mean the people you came with? So anyway, so then you cut to these evil human ships arriving, and they all look red and evil. Oh, evil red, evil red. And they come and they land, and they burn the forest. Oh, Ilanu, Yomatin. Oh, Ilanu, Yomatochaga. No, they burn the forest. Yes, they burn the forest. What's his name? This people from the first movie, they just make it out alive, right? So then you go, well, one year later, right? 1 year later, and firstly, you see, firstly you see the bad guy from the first movie. They've cloned him as an avatar version of him, like as a Navi version of him, along with a bunch of his other people who were all killed, right? So they all hate the main character. They're like, yeah, we got to sneak out and kill him. And now we got the powers of Navi, and we got guns. Aha! Ka-dang! Right? Meanwhile, the Navi, they do a daring raid on a train, and they do it because he's in charge. Of course, he's the best as ever. And he protects his children. He's worried about everything because he's a good. Oh, and everything. I couldn't give a shit. Right, 20 minutes in, and I've been hit so hard on that. I've actually said literally, fuck off 4 times. Okay, within 21, fuck off. 3 hours, 70 minutes, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, fuck off. That really happened. Okay, it's a 4 fuck off movie. 21 minutes in. Okay, I will keep on watching it in segments because I think this is an entertaining segment that we need to get to here. You know what? This is the first thing I'm gonna clip out from tonight's show. This is gonna become a series. Me trying to watch Avatar. Avatar 2. What was that? 1 hour, 11 minutes. I didn't talk about anything else I will clip out so far tonight. I don't think so. 11, 26. Okay. Shall we do let's do the Robert Holmes story, right? Let's do the best of Robert Holmes. I think that is a good idea. I think that is a good use of our time. Having spoken about the trash that it was, I mean, it really is. It's like, oh God, James, I'm sorry you feel guilty that you're very rich now because you were good at what you did until you became rich, right? And now you feel guilty about that. And also you probably feel bad about all the child rape going on around you. I can understand that getting to you, right? I can understand that getting to you totally. Although I don't know, you guys struck me as a bit weird, all things considered, I would say. Fine, let's look it over here. Robert Holmes stories. 1 sec, I need to share the screen. Now I've got to find the screen to show. Oh, there it is. I just saw the title sign saying he's going to play mum characters. You must be talking about Jodie Whittaker. Yeah, as long as she can do something that she can imagine, right? Doctor is full of things you can't imagine. Fine. So we first got to look at his scripts, and there's things like Genesis of the Daleks, which was very much Robert Holmes, right? Okay, well let's go through the stories he wrote. Crotons and the Space Pirate. Crotons actually isn't bad. Crotons actually leans into the Patrick Troughton. I would say it's an unremarkable Patrick Troughton story. And Space Pirates I really can't get a good bead on because I've only heard it on audio and it wasn't very interesting, right? So Spearhead from Space. Do I prefer that one to anything so far because it's because better than the other two? Maybe. I mean, look, there's a big step up in what's the word? Let me turn this off. This is making me crazy. Oh, how do I get rid of this? Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you. There's a big step up in production values, right? In Spearhead from Space, right? But I think that's really Robert Holmes just finding himself. I think the whole thing with the affinity with plastic and the amorphous, a squid, which again they never really did well in the Blu-ray when they redid the special effects. And look, frankly, Spearhead from Space is always going to be outshone by Terror of the Autons, which in itself then is outshone by Carnival Monsters. So Carnival Monsters, yes, that's got to be in one of our top 10. Okay, yeah, let's get a new there we go, a new text file going for 5. So let me write this down. So Carnival Monsters monsters is in there, right? That's got to be in there. Again, I feel so bad with him not getting credit for Genesis of the Daleks, which was so... Everything good about Genesis of the Daleks was Robert Holmes, right? I mean, like, do I have the right moment? That was Robert Holmes. I'm going to put that down because I'm just going to put that down there because I think that's probably the best bit of Doctor Who ever. I want that off the list, right? But Ark in Space I like a lot. I mean, I liked all the body horror going on, but I think it's let me see. I think it's really coming into his own. Ark in Space might be up there, but I think we're getting into prime Robert Holmes with Pyramids of Mars, Brain of Morbius, Deadly Assassin. Okay, all those go in. All those go in the list of the best Robert Holmes. Pyramids of Mars. Pyramids of Mars. Where we go? Ark in Space? No, not yet. That's going to be on my second round. Brain of Morbius. But yeah, again, we're developing who Robert Holmes is at this point. Deadly Assassin. Deadly Assassin and Talons of Wei Chiang. How many up to so far? Talons of Wang Chiang. Okay, so it's we got to choose 1, 2. We've had 5 so far. Okay, so we're halfway through. We got to pick out another 5. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got quite a few to choose from. Well, now the question is, what do you put the 2 doctors in it? You know what? I'm going to say yes. Because there's a lot inventive about that. And Caves of Androzani, obviously. Caves of Androzani. I'm going to say the Rebus operation as well. Rosani. Rebus operation. That gives us, I think, 2 more slots. Operation. How was that? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fine, we've got 2 more slots left. So the Power of Kroll, no. I'm going to say a hard no to Power of Kroll. Mysterious Planet, nearly, right? Did I put Sunmakers in? No, I held off on Sunmakers. Fine, that goes in. Sunmakers. Because I do like Sunmakers. So then I think Terror of the Autons or Ark in Space? That's really the question. Terror of the Autons or Ark in Space? Oh, they're both good, but I like the sci-fi gothic horror of Ark in Space a little bit more. Right? Yeah, I'm going to go for Ark in Space, right? Ark in Space. With a special mention of Genesis of the Daleks. Fine. So now let's order this. Yeah, see, this is what we call the scientific method. Doink. Let me make it a bit big. There we go. Fine. So which is the best here? So Genesis of the Daleks, that's special mention. So is Pyramid of Mars better than Carnival Monsters? Yes, it is. Right. So that goes to the top so far. So is Brain of Morbius better than Pyramid of Mars? No. But Deadly Assassin is better than Pyramids of Mars. Yes, it is. How do I know? Science. Okay. Deadly Talons of Wei is better than Deadly Assassin. Okay, so we're at the top 3. That's pretty darn easy. Let's keep going. Cats of Andre? What? Caves of Androzani. Okay. So is Caves of Androzani better than Pyramids of Mars? Wow. Wow, that's a hard question, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I think it's one beneath it though, right? Yeah, we go. Fine. So now we got to ask. That gets a bit more complicated. Carnival Monsters, Brain and I think Carnival Monsters is better than Brain and Morbius. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Rebus Operation, that goes up a little bit. Yes. Doink. Fine. So Carnival Monsters, Brain and Morbius. Brain and Morris. Morbius. Brain of Morris. Ark in Space is better than the Rebus Operation. Oh, see, I think we're there. I think we're nearly there now. Now, yeah. Now, the question is, what's number 10? Is it the Two Doctors, or is it the Sunmakers? Right? Cases of that's cases. Caves of Androzani. Okay, it's better. I think, is this the right order? Yes, I think it probably is. Yeah, Tanner's Wayne. Yeah, look, Tanner's Wayne Chang has to be the best Robert Holmes story, right? Now, again, any list that has the top 10 Robert Holmes stories and misses out Caves of Androzani, Tanner's Wayne Chang is not good, right? I like this list though, right? When I finish doing my Stephen Moffat quickies, I think I'm going to move on to Robert Holmes stories because, man, I could do a whole podcast on each of these. I think I will. Because I want to do like slightly longer form stuff that I'm doing on Twitter right now. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a slightly longer form rant about the best Robert Holmes stories. I think that really works. I think I might do that as well as shorts. There you go. I quite like that list. I think that's right. What do we think in the chat? Okay, do we think this is the correct order? I think it probably is. I think we're going to get some articles. Oh, that is better. Oh, let's have a look at what kind of bounding here. Let me go. Let me save this. Top 10 Robert Holmes stories as chosen by science. There you go. Indeed. We don't mess around here, ladies and gentlemen. We don't mess around here. Fine. Well, we are. Where's next? Okay, that went reasonably smoothly. Okay, hang on a second. Let me write a note to myself. Top 10 Robert Holmes. Fine. Where are we up to? Fine. Let me close that. And we've got so much to get to. Let me first look at Bounding in the comics. See if anything new's happening there. Just for the story. I like the giant rat, by the way, in the Rebus Operation Ahead of Two Doctors. Fix is it's a fix. I was robbed. I don't know. I think Rebus Operation is better than Two Doctors. Look, you got the Shit and Zao. You got that. You got the double act, which is awesome. What's he called again? In Cusperson. It's so. Oh, come on, Rebus Operation, and he got Mary Town looking awesome in white. Like, oh my god, so shaggable. I'm sorry, Mary Tan is very hot. Okay, Mary Tan is very, very hot. Never more so than the Rebus Operation. Looks freaking awesome in that, right? Okay, you get the that silly monster claw, right? That didn't work, but other than that, You say Pyramids is better than Deadly Assassin. Interesting. I say I love the newness of Deadly Assassin. I think the steampunk, the cyberpunkness of it. So I guess steampunk was equally new at the time, right? But it was so ahead of its time. Matrix. I mean, literally, the Matrix was based on it, right? I like the rat in the. You'll put the Sunmakers below Genesis of Dark. Genesis of Dark is because it was really a Terry Nation script, but it's really Robert Holmes, so that gets a special mention. Terry Manning of Desenfall, you see her lovely legs. I want to see the Desenfall then. Okay. I'll vote Rebus over Two Doctors. I'm a big fan of over Two Doctors. I'm a big fan of Colin Baker. Oh, let me have a look again. Look at it again now. Okay, 1 second. We'll go back. Rebus, it's over the Two Doctors. Right? Two Doctors comes underneath that. Okay, that's fine. Though Seska says had issues with talent. I know Seska says. I know. She didn't. I know Seska says. I like her. She didn't like Talons. I didn't see that. Talons is awesome. But some makers below Genesis in its own little special mention category. Yeah. Rebus over Two Doctors. Okay, fine. We're there. Fine. Okay. I think this is a consensus. Again, by science. Fine. Let's get a few articles. Let's do some of the stuff I was going to do last night, but didn't get to it. It was what I call searing agony. That still bloody hurts, by the way. And upstairs is just terrifying. Getting ready for dinner and Passover is a nightmare. All the food, all the dry food right now is across the kitchen countertops because the Passover food is in the cabinets now. And we just basically got to pack it up. We got to eat it, pack it up, or throw it away. Right? That's basically our options right now. Victoria, I love this. Victoria Alonso's attorney claims former Marvel exec was silenced for criticizing Disney's initial neutrality on Florida's parental rights and education law. So yeah, if you don't know, the parents' rights in education law essentially means that a teacher can't go and have private conversations with your 6-year-old without permission on school time, right? Essentially, right? And so which they immediately called that don't say gay. How they connected being gay to being a pedophile is beyond me, right? But they did. It's very strange. Anyway, Disney's all for your sick pedophilia. Leave it alone. After business weekend, Sherry Ferry got plummets to second week in its second week. A dismal opening weekend, it promised in the second weekend. Ghostbusters sequel officially as Kumo Najidani. Who are they? Patton Oswalt. Do I like him or is he an arsehole? I think he's an arsehole. Patton Oswalt. Which one is it? Oh, yeah, he's an arsehole. Oh, he's a massive arsehole. Can't stand him. Makes me less interested in wanting to watch him. And Kumo Najidani is either. Oh, God, him. He's the worst. Okay. Well, that's one movie I'm not interested in. Leave me alone. Right? Leave me alone. Deadpool 3 plot to center on crossover with Disney Plus Loki series. If they're going to take the piss out of it, I'm all for that, right? Vincent D'Onofrio admits Daredevil Born Again is going to be very, very different to the Netflix show. You mean very, very shit, right? The theorist, they say, is quite good. Everything that you never want to know about Hardware Wars, but we'll tell you anyway. Okay. Wired Publishers nasty hit piece on Brandon Sanderson and his fan. I don't know who that is. That was Wired. Actor Jonathan Morris arrested for allegedly strangling, assaulting, and harassing a woman. Defense attorney says he's completely innocent. No, I won't say. Fine. Let's have a look at some Doctor Who articles. Okay, yes. Yes, we have to. We have to. You were stupid enough to talk about it. We have to do it, okay? Yes, we need to talk about this. Yes. Why would you write this? Why? What is woke? It's the mindless, absolutely mindless adherence to whatever social media algorithms tell you is good or bad at any given moment. So Suze is always good, right? Even though she's an awful person playing an awful character badly, right? So she must always be supported. She's one of those strong women that always must be defended. Again, in her defense, she has a fantastic pair of tits. I mean, just absolutely fantastic. I don't know if they're natural or not, if they're real or real expensive, and a wonderful figure, right? She looks very hot until you get to her face when you realize she's seething with bitter emptiness, hatred, and confusion. You know, her wonderful figure came at the cost of her sterile, empty, dry, and useless womb that never has and never will bear fruit. For which, I would say the world rejoices. I think it's probably a good thing for, all things considered. So that's in her defense. Fine, let's read this article. 6 TV characters who could appear in Doom. No, they fucking appearing in this piece of shit. Doctor Who Transmedia event series Doomsday could allow the titular character meet with figures all 6 decades of Doctor's TV adventures. Okay, it's a feminist thing. So you're going to meet with all the female companions and be empowered, right? That's what's going to happen. The transmedia nature of Doctor Who's new Doomsday event means that it could feature multiple characters on the show's 60-year history. Well, that's exactly what it's supposed to. Motherfucker, really? You think just reading what the press release said is in some way a story? Really? Whack job, mate. You're bloody, off your bloody tree, darling. If I don't mind me saying so. And that's why we're part of the Doctor Who 60th anniversary celebration. Get the fuck off, Doctor Who. Doomsday has nothing to do with it. We'll tell the story of the universe's self-professed greatest assassin, Doom, played by another, played by the hilarious Suze Kepler, and generally speaking, internet cunt. This is not harassment. Nobody attack her or get in contact with any way. I'm just talking about my personal interaction with her. Pretty cunty. That was my impression of it. Okay, go and read it for yourself on the YouTubes, on the Twitterats, I should say. Audio drama, novels, audio dramas, mobile games, and more. Lots of money put up by lots of licenses, all burnt away by the wonderful Suze. Okay. The details on the plot are thin on the ground. Believe me, after we get them, the details will still be thin on the ground. I'm going for literal death. And she's the world's greatest assassin. She needs to find the Doctor by tracking the Doctor's private space over a 24-hour period. It doesn't make any sense. And how's the vortex manipulator? The official BBC press release teases Doomsday. Teases Doom will interact with fan favorite characters. Oh no! Please buy this because your favorite character's in it. As she seeks out the Doctor with Dooms. Oh yeah, she's going to meet with Joe Grant and whoever. With Doomsday set to play out across multi mediums, like a 2020 predecessor, Time of Victorious, which we all hated. Look, had good bits to it, but nobody knew what the bloody story was. Leave us alone. Where are we up to? And see, the possibilities are endless. Yeah, no, she ended all of them. Okay, for which the fan favorites could appear. As Doomsday makes Doctor Who's Doctor Who 6 is like the character. Okay, this is the most banal, insanely stupid article of all time. Literal all time. Is this written by AI? No, an AI article would be better. Would be way better than this. It's likely the character didn't know Doctor's past lives. Here's some likely character. Fucking hell. The Doctor, David Tennant, probably. He would I'll help you out. Russell Evans will probably say, don't bloody touch it, mate. Don't bloody touch it. Russell, mate, if you come out swinging and endorsing Doomsday all of a sudden, do you have any idea how much goodwill you're going to piss away with that, right? You sure you want to do that, mate? You sure? It's likely Doom's story will culminate in her crossing paths with the incumbent Doctor. played by David Tennant. Plus, the 14th Doctor debut story is currently taking place within the pages of Doctor Who magazine. So listen, if we're in like the toy maker's realm and Doom's in that realm, then she kind of fits in. That would make sense. The 14th Doctor debut story is currently taking place within the pages of Doctor Who magazine. So the adventure will coincide with Dieterman's own Doomsday contribution. Fine. So, okay, so she's going to be in that. An audio production company, Big Finish, is also producing their own Doomsday stories. It's possible that David Tennant's 14th Doctor will appear there. No, I bet not. All right? I bet he can be as the 10th Doctor, not the 14th Doctor. That's my theory on where things are, right? Where we're up to. David Tennant working on audio done with Big Finish before Russell Davis' reboot was announced in 2000. It's not a reboot. As the reprise was wrong. Yes, we know. On multiple times. Yes, we know. Oh, you're bloody painful. You are, darling. Oh. Hey, would you like to read this article from Screen Rant, or would you like me to put your fist up your ass? I don't know. It's a close run thing right now, mate. Let me tell you. There's no clear winner. That's not good for you, mate. Okay? That's not. You want to be, head and shoulders ahead of having a fist put up my ass. Okay? Fine. Where are we up to? God, I'm just getting bored already. Big Finish current license may complicate matters, however, they don't have the rights of the... Okay, fuck off. I just said that! River Song, very likely. Very likely. It's going to be lots of women, right? Very, very fair. Okay, we're just reading the names. I can't go with their, like, River Song is played by Alex Hinton. It's another ugly choice. Fuck off! Oh! It's all too much, mate. It's all too much. I can't. Oh, give me agita. Yes, very likely on Big Finish. Orsini, zero fucking chance. Are you out your mind? Firstly, you notice they're blokes, right? It's a feminist piece of shit. That's what it's going to be. And okay, all people say equal, right? Modern feminism is pure evil. In my estimation, right? Also, I mean, I would love that, but no fucking way, right? It's just no way. I mean, isn't William Gould dead? I don't know. Eric Taylor released a spin-off of Cutaway Comics and expand the story of Orsini and Bostock. Really? Let's have a look at that. Cutaway Comics. I'm intrigued. Let's have a look. See, the Omega thing, I think, is a good idea. Let's see what they have. Eldrad, Lytton, Omega, Orsini. Really? I did not know that. Is it a one-shot? Reborn. Yes, I'm really intrigued. You also get audio content, video content, highlight conversation with Graham Harper. Oh, that's very cool. So you get a bundle. You know what? I might want to can you give me some pages to go on? I might want to buy this and review it. I don't know. This looks really cool. Exiled from the night, the Grand Elder Oberon and his brave squire Brockstock, they traverse the hinterlands in search of honor amidst chaos. However, it soon becomes clear they are not alone in a strange part of the game. I think this sounds bloody interesting. Okay, you can buy the digital edition, I guess. Like, how much is it? $4.99 for? Is that for the digital edition, or they like? I only want the digital edition, okay? We apologize. The playbook. What is that? The complete text of the play presented in 64 softback A4. Oh, they look good for them. They've really got a nice thing going. Cutaway Comics, right? If I lived in England, I would certainly what's the word? Patronize them more. They should really be doing trade payments. But very nice. Okay. So, yeah, zero fucking chance, mate. Zero chance. Why do you think they would have... Like, why? What's going on in your idiot head? In the Doomsday trailer, lesser order over... I mean, he's dead, isn't he, William Gaunt? I mean, that's really kind of important, isn't it? Yeah, let's see if he's alive. Coughing up blood last night, mate. No, still alive, apparently. Bloody hell. Okay. Very spry. Why isn't Big Finish hiring him more then? He's got such a perfect voice. Dude, why isn't Big Finish doing Knights of the Grand Order of Bloody Oberon? That sounds awesome. Okay, so he could be in. But still, it could be in a novel, I guess. You're okay, fine. Gemma Stewart, Kate Stewart, Gemma Redgrave. Oh, yeah, if this sport thing wasn't boring enough, yeah, why not? I'm here to reduce the energy on literally everything. What? I didn't notice. I just make a spin-off. Brigadier Nicholas Courtney. I think unlikely that it's probably going to be in the and John Costa and Brigadier in Once and Future. So I think that's unlikely. Again, it's going to be all female characters, right? The Master. No, God, really, no. Honestly, just like you're wrong to write this article, you're wrong to in everything you wrote in this article. This is dumb. You're silly, right? And you should be spanked. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to assume violence. Doctor Who books show why the Timeless Child resolution doesn't work. Okay. Another reason? Are we going to? Doctor Who's novel from 1989 to 2005 contained a big change to Dora's backstory that makes the Timeless Child resolution even worse. Yeah, we know about all this. Yeah, what? You're talking about the Cartmel master plan? Yeah, this is obviously something different. They kind of ripped it off that. What lack of resolution? The Gallifrey in the same year, the book range ended with the Gallifrey Chronicles. Parkin commented that the perceived open ending of the Doctor's amnesia in the final novel by saying, "We know he got his memories back. We don't need to see everything spoon-fed." Right? What's going on? Last Margaret spoke of the disappointment that some readers felt when the Eighth Doctor failed to be led to a big glowing ball of his memories. Right? Parkin pointed out that the Doctor's memories were clearly restored because they returned in the yeah, okay. People just didn't like his book. Oh, go away. Just go away with this. Stop. Okay, what did John Boyega want? He wanted to be an alternate Doctor. Is there anything else to the story? No. This is dumb. Leave me alone. A Riversong spin-off must classic one classic Doctor Who trope. I'm really bored of the spin-offs, right? I'm really, really bored of them. Doctor Who always proved a monster spin-off should happen. Okay, let's read this. Lots of dumb stories from the Screen Rant today. A Doctor Who monster spin-off is possible as the franchise expands. As such, format was already proven to work over 30 years ago by a different medium. Joe Russell T. Davis, what are you talking about? Has confirmed that the Doctor Who spin-offs are on the way. A report that a unit spin-off suggested that RTD is continuing the legacy of the Dark Doctor Who spin-off Torchwood, but a Monster Brace spin-off is also a distinct possibility, especially Russell Davis is trying something truly new for his second era of showrunner. Fortunately, there is precedent from monster anthologies elsewhere in Doctor Who history. Where, pray tell? Right? Comic books? That's actually not a bad idea, actually. They're actually making a good point. One launched in 70. Yeah, now this is the reprint they need to do. They need to do a reprint of all the backup strips, right? Which are horribly missing here. Do I have a... One second. I think I have a bookmark of... no, dang it. Oh. No, that wasn't it. This is here. One second. Let's do... Doctor Who comic strips. Doctor Who magazine comic strips. Like they're doing them in little bits and bobs right now. Is this the good page of it? Yeah. But here, reprints. Yeah. Reprints. There you go. What is this? No, that's not what I meant. The graphic novels. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Fine. So here, this is actually a really good site. This shows you the story, Doctor Who and the Iron Legion, and shows you what reprint you'll find it in, the Iron Legion, right? Collected in. Right. So most things you'll find have been collected. I mean, these are fantastic series they did of trades. Right? Basically everything, right? Nothing is missing. Crimson Hand is. Why is that over there? Oh, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, no, there isn't the Child of Time. Yeah, so basically everything apart from the Jodie stuff. This stuff needs to be collected. Will it be? I don't know. But over here we see with the specials, like the Man in the Iron Mask. That was awesome. That's an awesome little strip where the Master uses like this doctor, this ionic mask to escape, right? And it was basically because the Doctor worked out because that's what he would have done. So Joe says, "What?" Says the rigger. There's an old adage like that. And Joe Grant says, "What? Great minds think alike." And goes, "No, fools seldom differ." Right? So there's lots of these little cool ones. So this all stuff could be reprinted nicely, right? Don't know why it hasn't been, right? So that's all from the specials. Okay, everything from the yearbooks. It was in the Clockwise War. What was the Clockwise War? What was that one? Was that a here? 1 second. Which fine, yeah, that was a quite a good. Oh right, from the yearbook, that was quite a good Capaldi one, right? But where are the backup strips? Maybe they're up here. Hang on. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing now. Now I've got to find backup strips. Hang on. Backup strips. There you go. It's got its own page right here. So you see, they mostly haven't been collected. It really annoys me. I nearly bought the Dalek collection for Return of the Daleks, and that was it. Right? I'm like, I can't do that. But yeah, look, they got all these like the Sontaran's Final Quest, and lots of fantastic artwork. Just fantastic. Warlord of the Ogrons. Right. That was who did that? Steve Dillon? Let's have a quick look. I got that right. Look at me. Steve Dillon on the art. Blimey. Take a star. So you see, yeah, it's a real shame. They this is what they really need to do as their next collection, right? Special editions as well. Oh, this story, City of Devils, fantastic. So yeah, there's I think there's a whole good trade here of stuff they could do. Fine, so that's actually they're making a valid. Go away, making a valid point. So it's got the backup strips. Is that what we're saying? This is the wealth of monster-centric strips, the Doctor Who history combined. Well, I think they want to do more of a like adult-orientated Game of Thronesy sort of thing, where you get you get more levels of drama, right? More levels of politics, things like that. Written by the hugely influential Steve Morris, young protege Alan Moore on some very few backup strips. They feature Doctor Who Weekly introduced iconic characters like Croton. Oh yeah, Croton the Cyberman, Absalom Dak, Dalek Killer. We're never going to do an Absalom Dak series, which is a shame. That'd be awesome. The backup strips were also a focus of lesser-known Doctor Who villains like the chocolate-loving Sontarans. They did. Did they eat chocolate in the backup strips? It sounded like the sort of thing they would do, right? Or the Daleks ate like mercenaries, the Ogrons. These stories generally saw Doctor Who monsters defeated, like on the TV show, but because Moore had the monsters as protagonists, resolution could also create conflict collective feelings within the reader. Yeah, that's fair. This provides, this proves there is certainly a scope for a monster spin-off. There's certainly subvert some. I mean, listen, the best monster spin-offs are Dalek Empire, and also I think I like the Cybermen one as well. They did, which are really creepy. The increased budget, new era. Yeah, we're getting beat the meep. Yeah, listen, actually, that's not a bad idea. Hate to say it, Screen Rant actually came up with a not awful idea for once. That's quite incredible. No, leave me alone. Let's see what else is going on. Let's have a look at Bleeding Force, see if there's any news happening there. Anything to do the commenting on, because I'm big on the commenting. Fast discuss with Lisa as well. Yeah, did you see my lack of interest? I was like, yeah, I'm not really interested. Pattern also, and I don't know. Like if they're ghosts or something, I don't know. Rick and Morty cleared on domestic abuse charges. Does this mean he's back making Rick and Morty? I don't know. He looked like he was taken out on a night of long nights, right? They took the opportunity. No, nothing's going on there. Fine. So that was that. That's Bleeding Full. Should we look at Cosmic Book News? Yeah, Cosmic Book News. What's going on at Cosmic Book News? Kevin Feige, Superman, Victoria Alonso seeks big payout from Marvel and Disney. Yeah, for your frankly awful work, right? Jonathan Majors apparently got a possible reprieve in the case. It's not really sure. X-Files reboot with diverse cast in development from Black Panther, Ryan Coogler. That's actually fine by me, right? I mean, there's nothing at all saying those characters can't be black. I mean, that's fine. But with a diverse cast is not fine. Avengers gets reimagined in the 1990s accent with AI art. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Opening up. This is all by AI? Don't be silly. Well, okay. Mila Jovovich is a Black Widow. Oh, I like that plan. Well, can we see some of it? Tom Cruise. I mean, listen, we are not far away from being. Look at this. We have to make movies. If you can do one image, right, you can do as many images as you want in rapid succession. Bruce Willis as Captain America. I like it. I like it. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Hulk. That actually works as well. That really does. Mila Jovovich as Black Widow. Michael J. Fox as Hawkeye. Will Smith as Black Panther, obviously. Jude Law as the voice of Jarvis. Brendan Fraser as Star-Lord. Boy, that's a young Brendan Fraser. Jim Carrey as Loki. That's actually perfect. Right? That is actually perfect. How do they make these? Secret Wars. Where is it? As we think AI isn't perfect, a Star-Lord and Loki version could be better. But where is this? It's really cool, right? It's really cool. Okay, you know what I'm gonna I was just thinking about this before the show, right? This is what I'm gonna do when I can make my own Marvel movies, right? When I can make my own movies on on my desktop, on my laptop, because we're basically there, right? This will be the first project I think I'm going to do. I don't know. It'll depend at the time, right? But I'm really excited for them be able to do this. Actually, I can realize I can do an audio version of Crown of the Empire now. I never really thought about that. That's interesting. Anyway, I digress. That's more what I can really think about. I will do a Doctor Strange movie, and it'll start off in 1981 in this seedy unfurnished apartment, in a third world country, or Morocco or somewhere. And you got an emaciated, hungover, strung out Stephen Strange, right, as he shoots up, for the last time, puts the needle into his vein, and he lies on the floor. Cuts to really good music, right, as he starts to trip out. And so you're not sure the movie is his dying trip or what really happened. He was thinking back 15 years ago when he was really Doctor Strange, right? When he was Doctor Strange, and it was like, it was all groovy. It was in the 60s. It was in like the it was in this club in New York, in Bleecker Street. I think that's where he hung out, right? And this you know, it was in the club. You got got cool music and the 60s stuff going on. In walks this big you know, African American gentleman, very, very big, muscly. So we get this blaxploitation kind of feeling going. And it turns out there's a like a voodoo cult, right? That's coming to America, and he holds out a skull for Doctor Strange to kiss to show his fealty, right? And he refuses to do it, right? In his arrogance, he refuses to do it. That kicks off a magical war, right? Which is basically the whole movie, like this magical war where they have a war of attrition using different magics against each other, and essentially the fallout of that that magical war takes us from the magical, you know, Marvel universe that we you know, that we're living in with all the super characters, to our shitty universe in 1981, and then he dies on the floor in an unfurnished apartment in Morocco with some very, very cool, I know, like grungy music, I would say. Should reprints be in color, black and white? I think black and white, in my opinion. Asked Lonnie. Gavin says, I would like to see what came of the 2010 K9 after he left Starkey and Brosnan. I never watched any of that, right? I never watched any of that at all. Where are we up to? Oh, Dr. Alex was here for a second. Hello, Dr. Alex. Nice for you to see. No AI on Earth could be that convincing. What would you just say? Disaster area. Jodie as a doctor. No, again, it's although they are freaky, how insanely convinced they are. I mean, that's very cool. I'm enjoying all the stuff you can do with AI art. It's let's look at it again. That's just incredible. Where do they make this stuff? Because I can really use it in my thumbnails, right? Let's have a look where they make. I mean, like Brad Pitt as Thor. I love Bruce Willis as Captain America. That just works. As for the AI, where they make it from? Check out the cool look. The AIs reimagined as a 90s actors via AI art from the Mid-Journey Discord server, including okay, AI art is becoming increasing the range and getting better and better. It can make like I mean, look at this. It really can. I actually would have used Mid-Journey to whip up some quick AI art. Or what is Mid-Journey? Let's have a look. Mid-Journey. Was that a photo leap? Start free trial. Okay. Really? I've got to log in. I mean, how much does it cost? What's the pricing? Try it yourself. Okay. What was it? It's like Delic. I spelled that right. Delic TARDIS interior. Generate image. Let's see what it does. Oh, it's good. It didn't say TARDIS. ARDIS. TARDIS. It's getting better. Start free trial. Well, how much does it cost? I mean, just tell me how much it. Tell me how much it costs. And it wants me to sign in again. Really? Really? Fine. I will investigate this. I will investigate this. There we go. But, you know, I think I have to try it out a bit more as well. If I could AI a project, I might be making a radio script of Journey into Time by Malcolm Hughes. You can. 11 labs, right? Here, this is what you need. 11 labs, right? Here we go. I'm going to give you the link. I'm logged in. Where am I? Where is it? It's there. Here. This is what all you need. And the other thought's coming. I have a break in my animation film. Should I make a reboot break? So you probably can. So this 11 labs thing, you can make the very, very good AI generator. Look, Dr. Alex is the freaking master at it. Go look at his channel, right? His stream's incredible. He got Paul McGann. He has Tom Baker. He is a master at it. He should really be giving tutorials on how to do it, right? I think he should charge you. He can make a deep fake Tom Baker for your voicemail message, right? It's really impressive what he's able to do. He's actually doing better than me. Spent more time than I have. Fine. I think with that, I'm going to wrap up. Last night, I was in so much pain, by the way. I didn't end the stream. I forgot. I was just left the studio. Came back a few minutes later to end the stream, right? I was in genuine pain. Fine, but tonight, my pain is just existential. As always, I'm here at the end.